Everybody has a different story, just like you and I, we're all unique. Going out on the streets and cutting their hair and listening to their stories, it just goes to show, like, we're all human, and we all come from somewhere, and they weren't born like that, you know? Something happened down the road that put them on the streets like that. And everybody's story is completely different. My name is Mark Bustos, and I'm a hairstylist in New York City. I was born in Manhattan. I was raised in Nutley, New Jersey, and my parents are from the Philippines. Growing up in New Jersey was interesting. I grew up in a primarily Italian neighborhood, and being one of the only Filipinos in the neighborhood, and being raised by pretty strict Filipino parents was kind of difficult at times. The first time I ever visited the Philippines, I was 12 years old. And it was the first time I was ever exposed to poverty in a third world country. And while I was there, I became friends with some of the homeless kids. I took a lot of things for granted growing up in the States, and just seeing what was going on in the Philippines just always made me want to give back. And I never forgot about that trip. So about 2 years ago, I traveled to the Philippines and rented a chair in a barbershop. And I ended up cutting some less fortunate children that day. And ever since then, I knew I wanted to continue it because it left such an amazing feeling in me. So no matter where I go, I just go out on the streets and I try to give back to people that need it the most. And I do it by cutting their hair right on the street. I wanted to just raise awareness and inspire people all around the world to wake up and open their eyes and see what's going on right next to them. When I first approach someone on the street, one of the first things I'll say to them is, I want to do something nice for you today.
Why do you come up to us?
Why? Because I just like to show some love and talk to people, and we're all human, man.
The approach is very important because they're not approached very often on the street. So, you know, a lot of them may have their guard up when you first approach them.
Yo, now I can't wait around my family.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
It's really important to be genuine and compassionate and just have the right type of energy approaching them. When I run into homeless people on the street, a lot of times they'll have homeless friends on the street as well, and they're from all different backgrounds, and they just really just care for each other.
I just try to go around. I'm from New York City. I'm down in Miami just to show love down in Miami. I'm a hairstylist. I go around and I try to clean people up on the street, make it look good, feel good.
Apache in particular was saying that he loves people. He's a people lover. And it shows with that small group of friends that we came across on the street. They were just all about love and being with each other and showing support for one another. So Apache is a staple in the neighborhood around there. I asked him where he was from, and he said he's just from Miami.
Well, I'm gonna start cutting your hair while you're talking, okay?
Hold on.
Yeah. No?
He made it a point to say that nobody has ever touched his hair. He only cuts his own hair.
You know what? This Mescalero Apache Indian boy has never been scalped, ever. Okay? Unless I scalp myself. And you know what? And this man right here is gonna scalp me.
He had a really cool tattoo around his head, all around his scalp, and he just wanted to show off the tattoo, and I guess the tattoo had a lot to do with his heritage. So I just basically cut it down to nothing on the side, so we were able to see that tattoo. Being that he gave me the ability to do that for him, and it was just to me, it was an amazing feeling because he trusted me.
You've been on the streets for a long time?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, how long? A couple years?
11.5 years.
11.5?
Yeah, 11.5 years.
What's your biggest struggle being out here?
Other people.
In what way?
Because I love people. And I try and take care of them. I mean, you know what the saddest part is? You lose everybody you love on these streets because they're homeless. There's so many mean people out here. Nothing you can do. Nothing. Stupid. You do everything for. Everything you can for.
Just like you and I mean, just having friends is in our lives is an important thing, and especially for them on the streets. When I've come across some people saying that nobody's going to take care of them if they don't take care of each other. And when Apache broke down, and he literally just started crying, and Miguel Angel came over and started wiping Apache's tears with his own hands, saying it's okay, it'll be fine, and just let it out, matter. And it just goes to show that these people know what love is, and they know what compassion is towards other people, and they take care of each other because nobody else will take care of them. So they need to take care of each other.
Just don't move too much, okay?
I ain't gonna move. Hopefully, everything's gonna be a lot sweeter and everything, you know? Hey, all you gotta do is look at like a little piece of green grass. It grows, everything else, why don't we grow? Shush. Why don't we grow?
You see your tattoo?
Oh, hell yeah. Thank goodness.
Hashtag be awesome to somebody is basically just a hashtag that I created on social media, primarily on Instagram and Twitter. It's a platform for individuals to post photos of themselves just doing random acts of kindness, and it's just a way for people to inspire other people to do good things. I feel like I've reached all types of people, and it's not just about hairstyling. Hairstyling is like the most minimal part of what I've been doing. It's just about just trying to give back and care about people and show love and compassion and give people back their dignity just by even just hanging out and talking to these people. I mean, it's a wonderful feeling. Kevin, I approached him while he was sitting on a bench with a couple friends, and he had one of his shoes were off.
Really, man? I mean, what's wrong with your foot?
Yeah, it just started snowing. I fell and I broke it, and it had the bones come out.
And he just recently had surgery, and he had a lot of trouble walking. He had a really heavy limp walking. It's been a couple months since his last haircut, and he just wanted me to make him look and feel good. So he gave me the ability to give him what I felt was best for his own face structure and head shape.
So you were saying you're from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just one day, something inside me told me to go. I had to leave.
How long have you been here in Miami for?
I've been here 2 years.
2 years?
Because I'm a cook. All right,
oh, okay,
I love to cook.
Cool.
And then they said, let's go to Miami. All right, he goes, I got a job for you. All right.
Okay.
So I come down here. Greyhound lost my luggage. And then the guy never showed up and picked me up. So I'm now here homeless. Ever since.
Some of the things that the people on the street tell me are that they have their stuff stolen from them all the time, and they get into a lot of fights.
Homeless stole from homeless.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yep. And that's
so
sad.
You really got to protect your things.
Yeah.
Where do you keep your belongings?
I keep them on me.
On you?
Yep.
What would you say the most difficult thing is that you run into living on the streets and being homeless?
Here in South Beach?
Yeah.
All right, the most difficult thing is the cops.
Yeah. Do they bother
right.
you for no reason?
Yeah, they do sweeps every so often, so...
What does that mean?
They do jump outs, and they just started arresting homeless.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if you're just minding your own business?
Minding your own business, they call it a sweep.
Really?
and they come and get you.
And when they arrest you, what do they do?
You go to jail, and you go to jail for a day.
And what's the reason for it? Do they give you?
Yeah, because they'll tell you have an open container, even if you don't. All right, you can't beat them, so you go.
I've heard a lot of issues of unwarranted arrests, mainly down here in Miami. I haven't heard too much of it up in New York City, but it was interesting to hear that down here in Miami, they're harassed by law enforcement for almost just doing nothing, and it's sad to see that. I want to continue to give back because as good as it may make the people on the street feel, it makes me feel really good. I think he felt great because I felt really good about it too. And his friends were cheering him on, telling him he looked 20 years younger, and it was awesome to see him smile and just be happy for at least a short moment in his life. One of the biggest misconceptions of people living on the street is that they're not real people. I feel like they've been dehumanized, and people walking by just, like I said before, just don't even acknowledge them, and everybody thinks that they're all drug addicts or all alcoholics or they're all like just nobodies with no lives, but these people have lives, and they've just run into some unfortunate situations that have placed them there. Marcus was walking along Ocean Ave, and I saw him digging into a trash can. So I came up beside him and I said hello to him. When I cut people's hair, first off, I would just try to talk to them like I would talk to a paying client's hair. Almost talk to them like a friend.
When's the last time you got a haircut, Marcus?
Oh man, 93, 94.
Really?
It grows and then it stops and then it grows again.
I'll try to kind of just ask them why they're homeless and what brought them there, and ask them about their family, and just try to find the path that has led them to where they are.
So you just came from Mississippi?
Yeah,
How'd you get here?
on the bus.
Yeah? How long did that take? Was that a long ride?
A day and a half.
Really? Do you still have family down in Mississippi?
Yes, I do.
You do? Do you have like any kids or anything?
I have two sons.
You do? How old are they?
My oldest son is like 43 and my youngest son is 23.
Really?
One of my sons stays in Georgia and the other one is in Denver, Colorado.
Okay. How did they end up?
They're engineers.
Oh, wow.
And what I'm trying to do is just raise awareness for these people and just open everybody's eyes, and just to show that anybody can do anything with the gifts that they're given. And if you don't have any talents or gifts, it's not hard to even just hang out or say hello or smile at somebody, because just a simple smile can go a long, long way for somebody.
How do you feed yourself? Just ask people?
Yeah.
Is it difficult?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Because people don't understand. You know, it's the way you talk to a person. And they'll open up, you know. If they don't, then you just keep going. That's how I do it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day. God bless you. Because it's not their fault. It's actually not mine either, but we all go through situations where we can't, it's out of our control. Then we just move on. At least that's how I was taught.
Does anybody ever approach you the way I approached you?
That was a first.
It's a first? How does it make you feel?
Good.
Good?
I know God is doing his thing because he wants us to enjoy each other. He wants us to communicate. And I enjoy the conversation. Some conversations are okay.
He was a lovely man to be around. I mean, he was a pleasant guy to talk to. He was hungry. He was telling me that he wanted something to eat, and he said basically just scraps or leftovers and like whatever I can get him. I was like, Marcus, what do you want to eat? Like you don't. I'm sure you don't want scraps and leftovers. Like, what do you want? What's your favorite food? And he said his favorite food was barbecue. He wanted barbecue.
I want barbecue.
Barbecue?
Barbecue, whatever.
All right.
And then throughout the haircut, he was telling me that he was also diabetic.
I take my medicine, but then I tend to eat the wrong things. I try to balance the what the doctor said: eat fruit, vegetables, but some.
So maybe we shouldn't buy you barbecue then. How about that? I know you want a barbecue.
Yeah,
I think for your own.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get you something healthy. How about that?
All right. That's encouragement.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so after the haircut, I told him to just hang around and I would be right back for him. So I just went into a local store. I ended up getting him a couple apples and some bars, and I think I got him some hard-boiled eggs too.
Okay. Yeah. That's great.
If you had a message for all these people walking by you that kind of just ignore you and don't really mind you at all, what would you tell them if you had a chance to say something to them?
Put yourself in my position. That would be basically it.
Yeah.
If you were in my position, wouldn't you want some help from someone? I think the world would be better. Yeah. I think the world would be much better if we communicated. We don't communicate. Very simple. Life is beautiful if you make it beautiful. Start communicating with everyone. And I think it would be much, 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 much better.
Haircuts in the salon don't differ at all from the haircuts I give on the street. I mean, the most challenging part is probably just cutting hair in different elements and different heights of chairs or whatever I may find them for them to sit on. Other than that, nothing is really all that challenging. Hair is hair. Whether you're homeless or you live in a multi-million-dollar mansion, hair grows the same way. Michael, I found standing on a street corner. He had crutches on his arms and he was having difficulty even just standing.
I want to do something nice for you today. I cut hair. I got all my stuff in my backpack.
Oh,
give
man,
you a haircut,
yes,
a clip.
yes.
Yeah, cool. Let's find a bench. Let's go over. You know a good spot?
You can do it right there. There's a bench right there.
And he was just open for anything, and you could tell he needed help, and he had a lot of struggle just even trying to walk, to move to the area I was going to cut his hair.
Yeah, be careful. Watch out. You know what you're doing. Don't let me tell you what to do.
I got you.
A lot of the haircuts I give, they don't know when their next haircut's going to be, so they just want to get rid of all of it and just feel fresh and clean. Michael wanted me to buzz everything off, just all off.
What's your story? How long have you been on the streets for?
Oh, man, I've been on the streets for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I don't look at it as a permanent thing. I just look at it as a temporary setback.
Yeah.
You know?
What are your plans?
When I get my check, get a place. Simple as that. You know? And start all over again.
Were you working somewhere?
No. I get disability, man. Like I told you, I was born with this.
Yeah.
He told me that he was born with cerebral palsy, and it was so sad to see. And at one point he lifted his pant leg up, and I realized, wow, he really is struggling a lot. And you know, sometimes we may walk by these people on the street and just not realize that they really do need medical attention. If that was your dad or your grandfather, would you let him just walk around like that? And so it's so hard to see that.
Well, I sure appreciate it, Mark.
Yeah, of course.
You have no idea, man. You really don't. Because a haircut here is like $15.
Is it?
Right.
I'm glad I could do this for you. It's a very, very simple thing. Where do you sleep at night?
Man, most of the time I was on that bench you just saw me on.
Did they feed you over at that Burger King right there?
Yeah, they feed me.
Good.
I'm always guaranteed a Whopper.
Not everybody's cold around here.
No, not everybody. I'm just saying the majority of the experiences that I've had with people here has not been too positive. Yeah. You know? But you can't make sweeping generalizations and say everybody's like this or everybody's like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because who would have thought that you was going to walk up to me and say, I'm going to do something nice for you today and cut your hair? That's just out of the goodness of your heart.
Probably one of the more intelligent people I've met on the street.
And it makes you feel better. You feel more like a person. You know what I mean?
Michael did have a really, really good talent.
You really want to hear?
Of course I do.
All right. The rhyme composed and then performed, it shows, and popularity increases like the paycheck grows. City by city, section by section, praise of easy mic spreads like an infection. Newspapers, radio, television stations, all call to offer me their congratulations. In the public eye, a focal point of attention, a list of awards too numerous to mention. I'm the real deal, I ain't a cartoon character, got to be the baddest MC in America.
Yes, yes.
Listening to him perform for us on camera really opened my eyes further. That takes a lot of intelligence and talent to be able to come up with words like that to put together. I know I can't do that. And just because he's living on the street and not able to walk and just not very clean, it doesn't mean that he's not a smart person.
You're very talented. Very talented.
Thank you very much, man.
Be more aware and just be more compassionate to fellow human beings all around us. This world is beautiful, and with all the negative news that we're hearing, it's not hard to just turn things around and just do positive things all around in our lives.